Welcome to Riviera Rats, a Palme d'Or podcast. I'm Greg.
I'm Bill.
And this is a bonus episode.
Aren't you glad you all spent your money? Yeah, sorry.
Our very first bonus episode. But, you know, if this turns out well, we may threaten to do more in the future. Today we're talking about the latest news from Cannes, the release of the official competition.
I am excited. Are you excited, Greg?
I'm so excited, Bill.
Yeah.
And you know what? As I get older, I actually get more excited the more I am unfamiliar with the directors on the list.
No kidding. Yep.
Yeah. So let's just hop right into this. Bill, tell us about the festival.
All right. It'll be next month. From May 13th to May 24th, we will have the 2025 Cannes Film Festival. The honorary palm will go to none other than the great Robert De Niro. And Isabelle watch for this year is that her film, The Richest Woman in the World, will be, according to IMDb, screening at Cannes, although in what section, I don't know.
It didn't even show up on the Cannes website, so here's hoping.
So it's in the marketplace somewhere.
Okay, well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Very quickly, what is your, name your go-to Robert De Niro performance?
Taxi Driver or The Deer Hunter, I think.
Good choices.
Or When You See His Dick in 1900, which is a very inspiring scene.
I don't think I have to explain to you why my choice is Cape Fear.
No, you don't. Greg, you have to explain it to your therapist. You don't have to explain it to me.
We'll now talk about the films in the other competitions and the films that are out of competition with a bit of preface about what all of these different sections are about. So our first film of the festival, our opening film, is Partir un jour by Amélie Bonin. It's her first film, but it's an adaptation of a César-winning short from 2021. This is very common for people to win awards for their shorts and then turn them into features.
Of course.
Moving on to Un certain regard. For people who are just coming into listening to our show right now, Un certain regard is the slate of films not shown in competition, but they're a competition for the Prix Un certain regard, and it's for films that are from around the world. Usually, it's a more culturally diverse roster, and it's usually recognizing original and different works. So you might be wondering why these movies don't end up in the official competition, because we like to imagine that movies that win the Palme d'Or are also original and different works, and very often they are from around the world. What tends to happen is when filmmakers come to Cannes, they cut their teeth on the short film competitions like Cinefondation, and then they move on to compete in Un certain regard. And then once they've cut their teeth and once they have established their names, think of people like Apichatpong Veerasithakul or Yorgo Lanthimos. They then compete for the Palme d'Or with some clout. So the Palme d'Or is kind of like a combination of an award of artistic merit, but it's also for films that have some market value.
And Rolf de Heer films, yeah.
Rolf de Heer films, yes. And Sean Penn movies.
Yeah.
And we're not without one or two of those galling titles this year as well. Yeah. Stay tuned.
I think it's when we covered the 75 festival, is it, where we talked about how competitions like Un certain regard were the eventual fate of earlier attempts at non-competition competitions.
Totally.
And these were all the result of the furor of the 1968 festival that got canceled, and the desire to do something that expanded basically the worldview of the Cannes Film Festival beyond just the cinema du papa.
Yeah. So with all that said, let's just blow through these Un certain regard nominees, and I'll just say one or two things about if these people have been here before. The first one is La Misteriosa Mirada del Flamenco by Diego Céspedes. It's a first film. Bill.
I just love whenever you say Spanish, when you speak Spanish, you tighten your mouth like you're doing a Speedy Gonzalez imitation. And I genuinely love it. Go on.
The Mysterious Gaze of the Flamingo. Céspedes had been here before out of competition in 2018 when he won Cinefondation, and he'd been back again in 2022. We've got Météor by Hubert Charel. How would you say that?
Charuel.
Charel. And he had been out of competition in 2017 as well. My Father's Shadow by Akinola Davies Jr. This is his first feature. He had been BAFTA nominated a few years ago for a short film. L'Icône de la Grande Arche by Stéphane Demoustier, who was a 2025 César nominee for Best Original Screenplay earlier this year. Urchin by Harris Dickinson, his first feature film. And Harris Dickinson, for those of you who don't know, doesn't have a mouth. And this is his first time at Cannes as a filmmaker, but he had been here a couple years before for Triangle of Sadness, in which he was the star.
Who needed him to direct a movie? Like, who needs him to direct a movie is what I'd like to know. If it's great, I'll be happy that it's great. But, like, anyway.
He's gained a rep. He's very active on Letterboxd, and he did a really popular My Criterion Closet episode.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's the loveliest guy, but he's also like a crab-mouthed Brit. And people take him seriously because he's got a great body but always looks upset.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. I mean, it's a typical English man with a face that has seen the Ark of the Covenant, as you say.
That's right, yeah.
Sorry, the thing I wanted to say about that, I'm noticing now that Letterboxd and My Criterion Closet are their own sort of PR campaign for people who have an art house movie to show.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we'll get on to another example of that. Also in uncertain regard, we have Homebound by Niraj Gawan, who had been nominated in uncertain regard in 2015 and had won a Critics' Prize for Masan. Ooh, Bill, you're better at Japanese than me. Give this a go.
Toi Yamanami no Hikari
by Ishikawa Kei. A Pale View of Hills. From Scarlett Johansson, top bankable actress in the world. We have Eleanor the Great, starring June Squibb, who had presented an Academy Award with Scarlett earlier this year, like a month ago. This is Scarlett's first feature film as a director. She'll also be promoting a Wes Anderson movie that's in competition this year. And I think her last time at Cannes had been in 2023 to promote a Wes Anderson movie.
That sounds right.
We get bitchy about Wes Anderson, and we're about to in about 2 minutes. But Scarlett Johansson is doing great work in his movies. I don't think she's wasted in his films.
She's always great. She's always great. And the only reason why anyone says she's not is because she is the most bankable actress in the world. And nothing can ever get you more punished than being that popular.
I mean, we talk about this person who had almost been Oscar nominated for her vocal work in Her. Like, she ain't shit.
Yeah, and then people give her shit about Ghost in the Shell because it's, she's playing an Asian character. And they forget the fact that that movie was produced by a Chinese studio and they were the ones who wanted her because white stars sell better there in that country than anybody else. But let's all ignore that. And it's just the point at which when you're that successful and you're making that much money, people start to wonder if you're actually worth it. No one's actually worth it. She just happens to be successful. It's high school lasts forever is what we learn from the level of popularity that people like Scarlett Johansson reach. But I think she's great. I always have.
She also seems nice. That really matters.
She does also seem nice, and she never seems like she's sorry about the fact that she's successful. And the thing that we punished most with successful women, especially, is when they don't go around thanking everybody for being so nice to them.
Also, in uncertain regard, we have Caravan by Zuzana Kitchenerova. This is her first feature film, and she had been here out of competition in 2009 when she won Cinefondation. Pillion by Harry Leighton, a first feature. Nothing else to say on this person. This person's very fresh. We've got Aisha Can't Fly Away by Morad Mostafa. This is his first feature film, but he had been here out of competition in 2023 when he had won some nondescript Discovery Award. There's a lot of prizes that go around at Cannes that are not from Cannes. Let's just say that. Then we've got Once Upon a Time in Gaza by Arab et Tarzan Nasser. They had been here out of competition in 2013 and 2015.
Sounds like it'll be a low stakes night.
We've got The Plague by Charlie Pollinger, a first feature. Promise Sky by Erige Sihiri. Le Città di Pianura by Francesco Sosai, or The Last One for the Road. And he had been here last in 2023 in Director's Fortnight. And we've got Testa o Croce by Matteo Zopis and Alessio Rigo di Rigi, or Heads or Tails. And they had also been here out of competition in 2021. That's Un Certain Regard. Here are some other movies that are showing out of competition. We've got Colors of Time by Cédric Clapiche. This person I don't know much about, but he's quite popular in France, and I get the sense he is established in the industry. He's been
Oh
nominated
yeah,
for a lot
he's
of Césars.
huge. I love his movie Paris with Juliette Binoche and Romain Duris, who is of course one of my all-time sex gods. He works with him a lot. He's in L'Auberge Espagnole, The Spanish Apartment, which is one of his most popular films. I never really liked it. I've seen, there's 2 sequels. I've seen one of them and I liked it, called Chinese Puzzle. And then viewers will also have loved his show Call My Agent on Netflix, which is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I like to hear when Netflix television is good. Also out of competition, La Femme la plus riche du monde by Thierry Clifford.
That's the Isabelle movie.
That's the Isabelle movie. Yeah. Okay. And I looked this director up. His other notable work is All That Divides Us from 2017 with Catherine Deneuve and Diane Kruger. Slightly controversial, Spike Lee is not in competition. A lot of people predicted he would be with his Akira Kurosawa adaptation, Highest to Lowest. We don't need to explain to listeners who Spike Lee is, but we will mention that he has been here in competition before for Black Klansman in 2018, when he had won the Grand Prix, Jungle Fever in 1991, Do the Right Thing in 1989, and he had been here out of competition in Summer of Sam in 1999 and She's Gotta Have It in 1986. Our big blockbuster screening for this year, think like Furiosa last year and the Indiana Jones sequel 2 years ago. This year, it's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning by Christopher McQuarrie. Christopher McQuarrie is an Academy Award winner for The Usual Suspects, and other than that, he's most known for making the better of Tom Cruise's movies.
Well, it was a great comeback for him after having directed or co-written The Tourist with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie.
That's right.
The Mission Impossible movies tend to have European stars in supporting roles, so it'll be a great red carpet for the festival. And, you know, who doesn't love Tom showing up? He's built more for public than for private, so this is going to be a great night for him.
And he plays the game, and he does stardom so well. Out of competition, we also have Vie Privée by Rebecca Zlotowski. She had competed in On Certain Regard in 2013 with Grand Central, and she had been here out of competition in 2010. She also made a movie a few years ago that made a splash called Other People's Children when it premiered at Venice. We have midnight screenings. These are movies shown at midnight.
Is this show like a language lesson on Duolingo for people?
We've got a movie. We've got a movie called Dalloway by Jan Goslan. I assume this is based on Mrs. Dalloway or is something related to that.
Maybe, or it's just about somebody with that name.
And Jan Goslan has been decorated or at least recognized in France. He was nominated for Best Original Screenplay a few years ago at the Césars. From Kawamura Genki, we have Exit 8. He'd last been here in 2018. He's more known as a producer. He produces a lot of popular anime movies, most recently Suzume. And he had produced Monster by Hirokazu Koreeda. And if you want to know what Bill and I thought of that, you can go back and listen to our Anatomy of a Fall episode. From Mak Juno, Hong Kong genre filmmaker, we have Fenglin Huoshan. He's popular for a movie called Rigor Mortis from 2013. It's like a supernatural movie. Then we have the premieres of Amrum by Fatih Akin. Very great filmmaker from Germany by way of Turkey. He was in competition with In the Fade in 2017. You can go back and listen to our The Square episode. He'd been here in 2007 with The Edge of Heaven, which won a screenplay award. And you can go back and listen to our 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days episode. And he's most popular, I think, for his breakout movie from 2004, Head On. Mm-hmm. From Michael Angelo Chovino, we have Splitsville. He'd last been here in Uncertain Regard in 2019 with The Climb, for which he won the Jury Coupe de Cour. It's like a special award they can give out. From Sebastian Lelio, we have La Ola, or The Wave. He won the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film for Chile for A Fantastic Women back in 2018. He was last at Cannes out of competition in 2009.
He also did the 2 versions of Gloria and Gloria Bell.
Oh, that's right. I love
Both
Gloria
of which
Bell.
are great, yeah. And he also did the Netflix movie The Wonder with Florence Pugh, which a lot of people probably would have seen.
I heard that one was decent.
It is good. I found that it was underwhelming by the end, but it is good.
From Alex Lutz, we have Connemara. He has been nominated for Best Film at the Césars for a movie called Guy, for which he also won Best Actor. Raoul Peck is here. He's been around for 20 or more years. Just last year, he made Ernest Cole, Lost and Found. He had been in competition in 1993 with The Man on the Shore. He's an Academy Award nominee for Best Documentary Feature for I Am Not Your Negro, which is
amazing.
A gorgeous movie, fantastic montage. And he's showing the premiere of Orwell 2 + 2 = 5. We've got a very notable Russian filmmaker, Kirill Serebrennikov. He's here with The Disappearance of Joseph Mengele. And let's see if I can do this. Oh, it's just in German. Das Verschwinden des Joseph Mengele.
Mengele, yeah.
Mengele. Yeah. He's been here in competition a lot. Always a Bridesmaid, Never a Bride. He was here in 2024 with Liminov, The Ballad of Eddie. 2022 with Tchaikovsky's Wife. 2021 with Petrov's Flu, which you and I both need to watch still. And 2018 with Leto.
Which I have seen.
How is it?
It's good. Yeah.
Cool.
Took me a while to warm up to it, but it's good.
And he'd been here in Uncertain Regard in 2016 with The Student. We've got some special screenings. These are screenings that are special.
If this is not our most popular episode, I won't understand it. We are killing it today.
Andrew Dominic is here with Bono Stories of Surrender. It's a documentary about a performance by Bono where he basically does VH1 storytelling. He tells stories about all of U2's most popular songs. Andrew Dominic has hit some extreme highs and extreme lows. His most popular movie most critically lauded movie, I should say, is probably The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Which is a film I loved, and not a lot of people loved as much as I did. I remember being an outlier with that one.
I think it's getting some reclamation with time. And he'd been here in competition in 2012 with Killing Them Softly. He made quite a breakout in 2000 with a movie called Chopper, which put Eric Bana on the map.
Yeah.
Strangely, because it's the least attractive Eric Bana's ever been.
I know, but a lot of straight bros love that movie. I was in a short film, and the director was telling me that a lot of what we were doing in the short was inspired by that movie.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've never seen it.
Neither have I. I guess we can watch it together someday.
Lucky us.
Well, speaking of lucky us, Andrew Dominic also directed Blonde about Marilyn Monroe.
The film I hated the most from that year's Oscar selection.
Absolutely. I actually think it's in the running for all-time worst feature films nominated for an Oscar.
Especially for an acting Oscar, yeah.
From Roman Boringer, we have Tell Her That I Love Her. Mm-hmm. Boringer is notable as an actress. Had made a splash in the early 90s with a movie called Savage Nights. Yeah,
which I still haven't seen. A friend of mine loves that movie. I've never seen it. She was also she's been in a lot of movies, and I like her. She was in a BGM we did called Knife and Heart by Jan Gonzalez. Yeah, with Vanessa Paradis.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, me too.
And then we have A Magnificent Life from Sylvain Chomet.
Yeah.
Chomet is the director of The Illusionist, which I believe you told me is based on something by Jacques Tati, for which he'd been nominated for Best Animated Feature. He's also been nominated for an Academy Award for The Triplets of Belleville in the same category, and was also nominated for Best Original Song for a song of the same title.
I love that movie. I love his movies, so I'm very excited about this.
I love his animation. I love how he makes calves look so huge.
Yeah.
And he had been here in Uncertain Regard with Paris Je T'aime, that anthology film, which I never watched. And he's also been here out of competition with The Triplets of Belleville. Paris
Je T'aime is the only one from that group of movies that are collections of shorts about a city. Mm-hmm. They made like 4 of them, and it's the only one I've seen, but I love it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. I'll make time for it. Something about the back of the DVD made me think I wasn't going to like it.
Yeah, and omnibus films can be a real... They can go either way, but that's like one of the best ones I've ever seen.
Right on.
Yeah.
Bill, tell us about what we know so far about our juries.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the whole jury, but we do know the president, and it is, of course, the great Juliette Binoche. What can I say about her that people don't already know? She broke out in Europe in the mid-'80s. I think Rendezvous is the first film that really got her notice. And then I first knew her as a household name in North America when Damage came out, the Louis Malle film that she was in the early 90s. Although people older than me would probably have already seen her in The Unbearable Lightness of Being. I think that was also a big breakthrough for her, and her first time working with Saul Zaentz. In 1996, she was the surprise upset Oscar winner for Best Supporting Actress in The English Patient. She was also the deserving winner as far as I'm concerned. And I do my best to see her movies. She's hard to keep up with because she works a lot. She was also nominated again for Chocolat, which, as we talked about last time, is a movie that I love for other reasons. I think she's incredible. And then, of course, she, as you mentioned, has, along with Isabelle Huppert and Tilda Swinton, worked with the widest range and greatest diverse list of directors, including, but not limited to, Olivier Assayas, Chantal Akerman, Leos Carax, David Cronenberg, Claire Denis, Tran Anh Hung, Jean-Luc Godard, Mikhail Haneke, Hu Xiaoshen, Abbas Kiarostami, Krzysztof Kieslowski, Hirokazu Koreeda, Louis Malle, Anthony Minghella, André Téchiné, and she's married to Patrick Muldoon, which I also love.
Who is Patrick Muldoon?
That's why it's funny. Yeah.
But she used to be married to Benoit Magimel.
That's right, yeah. I mean, by marriage we mean partnership, because I don't know if there was ever official marriages with these people, but yes.
And one of them has aged beautifully.
Yeah. She's always great, and even when she's not great, in movies where she's like miscast or whatever, I don't know, there's something just so wonderful about her, and then if you see her interviewed, it's hilarious, because she bursts out crying at the drop of a hat, because she just loves her life and loves her job and loves talking about acting. And then presenting at Cannes, she presented Meryl with her honorary Palme d'Or and started crying during that too. I mean, she's one of the least annoying people who cries all the time.
The way I would describe her face on screen is generous. She just lets you see everything she's feeling.
She's also really, really, really beautiful, and yet somebody you believe exists in real life.
Like Julia Ormond.
Yes, but way more interesting. I don't know, Binoche is so available when you watch her. I guess generous is the right word for her, because she's never ever overacting, and yet you always know what she's thinking when you watch her on screen. She fits in Hollywood movies. She fits in obscure art house cinema. I don't know. I love following her career.
You make a really good point, because not all actors who break out in their country of origin do great in American films. Penelope Cruz has had a rough go in some American movies.
Yeah, and it took her a while before that worked out for her, compared to what she does at home. Her greatest moment in a Hollywood film, of course, is her cameo in the Sex and the City movie. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's great. But, we don't know the rest of the jury. We do know that Laurent Lafitte is the master of ceremonies this year. Everyone probably knows him best outside of France for playing the rapist in Elle. Spoiler alert, sorry.
The strangely attractive rapist.
But also not attractive. Like, he's attractive, he's not hot. He's got very, nice dad neighbor vibes, which is probably why he's appropriate for that role. Yeah. And he was nominated for a César for that movie, as well as other things. He's quite successful at home. But that's the only movie I can think of having seen him in, even though I'm sure I've seen him in other things. So I'm excited to find out who else is going to be on the jury. We will cover it, of course, when we actually do this festival on a very future episode, provided we live that long, which is not looking bright. Let's move on. We come to our most exciting, and the reason for this episode is to give a preview of the official competition this year. Greg, take it away.
Let's start with an exciting announcement. Wes Anderson is here.
Yep.
With The Phoenician Scheme. Wes Anderson had been here before in competition with Moonrise Kingdom in 2012, The French Dispatch in 2021. You can go back and listen to our Titan episode. And Asteroid City in 2023. And you can go back and listen to our Anatomy of a Fall episode. He's been nominated for many Oscars, but won his first one for a live-action short for The Wonderful World of Henry Sugar.
And he wasn't even there to accept it.
For which he didn't show up.
Yeah.
And his probably most darling movie still is his breakout for me, which is Rushmore.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if this movie is going to be great, because he has not brought his best movies to Cannes. His best movies are from before, I guess he would have been invited, because Rushmore was the surprise critical hit of 1998, and I love the Royal Tenenbaums. But yeah, so I'm curious to see if this movie, that all we know about it is it's an espionage black comedy, which means there's going to be a lot of like cute spy devices made out of recycled tuba parts, as Tina Fey describes him. And we know that it stars Benicio del Toro, Mia Threepleton, that's Kate Winslet's daughter, I believe, Michael Cera, Riz Ahmed, Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston, Mathieu Amalric, Richard Ayoade, Jeffrey Wright, Scarlett Johansson, Imad Mardenly, and Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, we'll just have to see what we get.
Yep.
And while we're still excited, we have Eddington by Ari Aster.
Uh-huh.
Ari Aster is a blowhard.
Yep.
He made Hereditary in 2018, Midsommar in 2019, and Beau is Afraid in 2023. He is self-important and one of the few directors in this list who hasn't really cut his teeth at any of the other major festivals.
No.
Or come up through the short film scene.
Yeah, he's a A24 darling, and Hereditary is a flawed movie that I really enjoyed, and I can see why he developed a cult following based on it. There are things about Midsommar that I admire, but it's a kind of obnoxious movie where he thinks he's the only person who ever watched The Wicker Man, and it drives me crazy when directors do that, and then it doesn't surprise me that a lot of people who love him are young, because they haven't seen a lot of the movies that he references. Beau is Afraid is a movie that even his fans turned against him on. It's an impossible movie to sit through. This movie's plot says is that it's a standoff between a small-town sheriff and a mayor that sparks a powder keg as neighbor is pitted against neighbor in Eddington, New Mexico. It stars Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Austin Butler, and Emma Stone.
If we get something good from this, and who knows, it might actually be great, but one thing we can say for Ari Aster, he gets good performances out of some great actors.
And he knows how to direct a movie. He just doesn't know how to write a script yet, to my satisfaction. So I would not be surprised if at some point he gets it right. I don't think he's a untalented filmmaker at all.
For sure.
Yeah.
From the Dardenne brothers, we have Jeune Mère. The Dardennes are in the Two Palm Club. We should say their first names, Jean-Pierre and Luc Dardenne, siblings from Belgium. They're probably the most important export from Belgium after Chantal Akerman.
And waffles. And not furniture. Nothing to export there. Yep.
They've won their palms for Rosetta in 1999 and L'Enfant in 2005. But they had also been here last in 2022 with Tori and Lokita, when they won the 75th anniversary prize. Young Ahmed in 2019, for which they won Best Director. The Unknown Girl in 2016. 2 Days, One Night in 2014. The Kid with a Bike in 2011, for which they won the Le Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's my favorite of their movies.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm excited for 2011. Lorna's Silence in 2008, when they won the Best Screenplay Award. The Sun in 2002. I mean, these guys just win every time almost.
They do. It's partly because they are great, and it's partly just because they fit the mold of what Cannes likes, and it's a little bit of both. The funny thing is that the film of theirs that I like the least is Rosetta, but if that success is what brought so many other films of theirs that I've enjoyed, then it's a necessary evil that I am fine with. Like I said, I love The Kid with a Bike. I really like 2 Days, One Night. That's the only film of theirs that has earned an Oscar nomination. And for an actress as well, which is incredible. I like L'Enfant too. Their Two Palms are not their best stuff, but I like The Sun. I like The Unknown Girl. That's Adele Haenel is in that one.
Oh, cool.
Young Ahmed is good too. So yeah, it's they're very, very welcome. I like the Dardennes a lot. Even when I don't love their movie, I've never found them pretentious or disingenuous in any way. They are genuinely concerned with the things that they make movies about.
Deeply humanistic. It's no surprise they keep winning the prizes of the ecumenical jury.
Yeah.
Which is like Catholic priests giving out awards. And interestingly, continue to make movies that gain acclaim, and they continue to get bankrolled, even though, to my knowledge, their movies don't do well in the Western Hemisphere.
No, but they make enough. I don't think their budgets are crazy, so they make enough. This movie, the plot I could get out of this movie is that it's about 5 young mothers who are housed in a center for young mothers. So it's going to be another efficiently told heartbreaker.
Yeah. And on the subject of returning champions, we have Julia Ducournau with Alpha. And this is her first feature since she won the Palm in 2021 with Titane. She's also famous for Raw from 2016, which screened out of competition.
Yeah.
And she first showed up at Cannes out of competition in 2011.
This movie stars Golshifteh Farhani, who I love. She was in Asghar Farhadi's About Ellie, which I haven't seen. She's also the love interest in Patterson by Jim Jarmusch with Adam Driver. She's
Still not seen that.
Oh, she's magnificent. And Tahar Rahim is in this, who is the guy in A Prophet and who is also the villain in Madame Web, where his voice is dubbed by somebody for every bit of dialogue that he has. He is also smoking hot.
I think so too.
This movie's about an 11-year-old girl in a fictional 1980s city inspired by New York, where as the AIDS epidemic unfolds worldwide, one of her parents falls ill, forcing her to confront loss and her own mortality for the first time. I'm actually excited about this movie. I don't love Titane, but I do know that she is an interesting director with a lot of talent. And I know she's going to make a movie as good as that multiple murder sequence in Titane. I know she's going to make a movie as good as the first half of that, or the first part of that movie. So I am looking forward to this.
Or at least the strip tease on top of the fire truck.
Sure.
I still think of that scene. From Hayakawa Chie, we have Renoir. Chie had been here last in Uncertain Regard in 2022 with Plan 75 and had been here out of competition in 2014.
11-year-old Fuki navigates adolescence and family struggles in late 1980s Tokyo. Ooh. I'm there.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to twist my arm to make me go to Tokyo.
Yep.
From Oliver Hermanus, we have The History of Sound, starring Paul Mescal and some other young Brit. And who is it? The other one.
It's Josh O'Connor.
Oh, my God. The ears.
I think they're having sex in this movie.
Oh, well then, we'll be there.
Yeah.
The History of Sound. Sorry. And Hermanus had been here last in Uncertain Regard with Beauty in 2011.
Yeah, which I saw at TIFF, yeah.
I think it won or was nominated for the Queer Palm.
It won the Queer Palm. It's not a great movie. I appreciated what it was going for. It's about men on the DL in South Africa, and I think it's Johannesburg, and what it does to their morality. And I appreciated what it was going for, but it's a dour, judgmental movie, and it didn't give me a good feeling about him. But then in 2022, he made Living, which you and I had a lovely, rapturous night watching at the Fox, and that's a great movie. So I look forward to this being good.
Me too.
It's about two men who meet in 1916 and then travel together in the summer of 1919 to record the folk songs of their countrymen in rural New England. That could be great.
Totally
it could be
work.
Boring. Yeah.
From Hafsia Herzi, we have La Petite Dernière. And Herzi had been here last in Uncertain Regard with Good Mother in 2021 and had been here out of competition in 2019. From Oliver Lax, we have Syrah. He'd been here last in Uncertain Regard with Fire Will Come, which won the jury prize in 2019. And had been here a couple times before in 2016 and 2010.
After his daughter disappears at a rave, a father travels to Morocco with his son to search for her. This could be good. This has Sergi Lopez, who you just watched in Map of the Sounds of Tokyo.
Oh, wait, is he the main dude?
Yeah.
Great, I'm thrilled.
A sex symbol for a desperate woman, if ever there was one.
About the making of Breathless, we have Nouvelle Vague by Richard Linklater. I think the Cannes website was still loading all of its text because they had a different title than everywhere else on the internet. I think it is called Nouvelle Vague.
Yeah, or there's some auto-translate situation happening, because I wondered that as well.
Okay. We don't have to explain to listeners who Richard Linklater is, but it's worth saying he is an exciting filmmaker because he never repeats himself, or at least doesn't do it often. He can do popcorn fare like School of Rock. He can do slapdash indie fare like Slacker, Dazed and Confused. And then he can make beautiful French New Wave movies like the Before trilogy.
Yeah, he's prolific, so if I don't like a movie of his, I don't have to wait long for another one. I've seen things of his that I've loved. I've seen things of his that I've given 1 star to. I've seen things of his that are fine that I'm indifferent to. He's wonderful, and I'm looking forward to this. It stars Guillaume Marbeck, who I don't know, as Jean-Luc Godard, and Zoe Deutsch as Jean Seberg, which is actually really good casting, and I like her, so I'm looking forward to her gaining a little bit more respect, possibly.
What should listeners know Zoe Deutsch for?
I remember she was on that terrible Politician series with Ben Platt. She's Leah Thompson's daughter.
Cool.
Yeah. Howard Deutsch is her father, the
Really
director
cool.
of, I believe, Some Kind of Wonderful.
Oh, is that where
Yeah,
they met?
maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our friend Amy loves Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yeah, and I've never seen it.
We've got back in competition Sergei Lozhnitsa with Two Prosecutors. We've talked about Lozhnitsa before. He'd last been in competition in 2017 with A Gentle Creature, which I think is based on a Dostoevsky,
I don't remember. It's a bad movie.
and In the Fog in 2012, and My Joy in 2010. You
Which
can
I
go
loved.
back,
Yeah.
and listeners can go back and listen to our Uncle Boonme episode to hear Bill talk about his love for that movie.
And he's way more famous for his documentaries, including the story I told about how I went to see one at TIFF and he sat behind me and talked throughout the whole movie.
That is a strangely dissonant experience because you think someone should be respectful.
I know. And I'm like, how do I tell the director of his own movie to shut the fuck up?
He'd also won a directing prize in 2018 in Un Certain Regard for a movie called Donbass. And I think for his documentaries, he's been in Cannes out of competition a few times as well. 2024, 2022,
His
2021.
documentaries are really impressive. They're mostly like found footage documentaries, and they're really, really good.
Oh, I love found footage documentaries when they're done right.
The one that I saw was about Stalin's funeral.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Looking forward. From Mario Martoni, we have Fuori. Fuori. How do you say that, Bill? How do you say
Fuori.
the U? Fuori.
Yeah.
He last been here in competition with Nostalgia in 2022, and then before that, as far back as 1995 with L'amore molesto. And he'd been here in Un Certain Regard in 1998 with Rehearsals for War. Have you seen this guy's movies?
I've only seen a movie he made about Leopardi, the poet, and it was a night where I behaved extremely badly in a way that I never do, which is that 40 minutes in, I wasn't having it with this movie, and I didn't want to be there, and I turned to my friend and I said, I'm not feeling well, I'm going home, and I just walked out and went home. I've never done that before or since.
Oh, wow.
And if that guy never talks to me again, I wouldn't blame him, although he has talked to me since. When I think back on that, I'd like... I don't think if anyone's ever done that to me, too. And I've gone to the movies with some pretty, thoughtless people. So I don't know what was on my... It was probably during a time when I was, like, in 3 plays and in university and just, like, night after night of too many things, and it just caught up with me, and I just didn't care. I don't know. But that's what I think about that movie.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
The only time I did something similar was during that movie with Josh Hartnett and Harrison Ford and Lena Olin.
Hollywood Homicide.
Yeah, my friends, we went to like a second run theater, like a Rainbow Cinemas. Remember Rainbow Cinemas?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to watch it, and I didn't have stakes in it, so I just kept smoking Belmonts on the street curb all night.
But there were multiple friends left in the theater watching it.
Yes, you left one person
I left somebody alone. Like, I've left movies with people where we've turned to each other and be like, do you want to just go? And then, like, we've left. I've done that. But I've never left someone sitting alone in a movie theater before. Very strange behavior on my part.
Wait, why have you and I never thought to ever leave a movie?
Because I've also gotten to the point where it's like, I don't have the right to talk about what I like or don't like about this movie unless I watch the whole thing.
Yeah, no, we're disciplined together. It's true.
And also, what are we going to go do?
Yeah. No, that's true.
Don't wink at me, Greg. This movie stars Valeria Golino, who I love. I have loved for decades. What do people know her from? Rain Man, Big Top Pee-wee. She's directed movies. She's made a lot of cool movies in Europe. And then, of course, last year we saw her in Maria as Maria's older sister, Jackie, which is actually the first time I ever heard her speak Greek, because she's half Greek and she speaks it fluently. But I've never heard her speak it before for one line. But that was a little bit exciting for me. But I love her. I love her in Frida as well. You like that mole? Well, Diego lives for it. So if you're going to stay, you have to learn how to make it. And so she plays the actress Goliarda Sapienza in this movie, an actress and writer best known for her 1998 novel, L'arte della gioia. So yeah, I look forward to this movie being good.
Cool. I'm going to need your help with my Brazilian Portuguese. I never enjoy saying this guy's full name. I don't
think I say it right either, because I've never studied Portuguese, so I don't really know. But it's Secret Agent by Kleber Mendonça Filho.
Or The Secret Agent.
That's right. Agente Secreto.
He'd been here last in competition in 2019 when he won the jury prize for Bacurau, a movie you and I like enough.
But which people loved, and I didn't really get it, but okay.
And he'd been here before that in 2016 with Aquarius.
Yeah.
He also showed a movie out of competition in 2023 about the town of Recife called called Pictures of Ghosts, which is on the Criterion channel, and I really want to watch it.
His movie Neighboring Sounds is amazing, and he's somebody that I would always watch anything he does. I think he's amazing. This movie sounds cool. It's Wagner Moura and Udo Kier about a teacher caught in the political turmoil of the final years of the Brazilian military dictatorship. It'll either benefit from I'm Still Here or be unfavorably compared to it.
Do we think Udo Kier will wear jeans? Should we place a bet?
Yeah.
Will we get Udo Kier of the people? From Dominic Moll, we have Dossier 137. Moll had been here last in competition with Lemming in 2005.
Yeah, which is a cool movie.
Speaking of cool movies, he'd been here before with A Friend Like Harry in 2000.
Which I don't really like.
Yeah, but that movie creeps me out.
Also the guy from Map of the Sounds of Tokyo.
Really?
Yeah, Sergei Lopez. He's Harry.
Oh, yeah. And Moll has another notable film from last year called The Night of the 12th, which won a bunch of Césars.
He's an interesting director. He's got a style. You know, I don't know that he's made anything that I've loved so far, but Lemming's a cool movie. I confuse him with Andrew Dominik all the time, too, so it's kind of annoying that they're both in the same festival. Just because of the name. No other reason.
Probably the movie I am the most excited to watch out of this lineup. We have Un Simple Accident by Jafar Panahi. What do we say about Jafar Panahi? This man is a master.
I know, he's a master. They keep trying to take away his ability to make movies, and that guy can just turn his phone on in his bedroom and make a masterpiece.
Truly.
Yeah.
Here's a quick overview of his decorations. He had last been here in competition with Three Faces in 2018, for which he won the Best Screenplay Award. He had been here in Un Certain Regard with Crimson Gold in 1998, which has become a classic of Iranian cinema and won the Jury Prize. He also won the Camera d'Or in 1995 with his breakout movie, The White Balloon. Other notable movies of his include the Golden Lion winner of 2001, The Circle, which is perfect.
Great. Yeah.
Offside in 2006, which I love.
Yeah, me too.
This Is Not a Film, his movie work that is filmed in his apartment while he's under house arrest from 2011. And his Golden Bear winner from 2015, my personal favorite, Taxi.
That's my favorite too. I love that film. It has his usual his clever ability to make movies out of these crazy situations, but it's got so much heart too. That woman giving a flower for the lovers of cinema, I cry just talking about it. I know. And it's just like, it's one of those things that should be cheese that would embarrass me if I was in that moment. And I think about her all the time, and I hope she's having a lovely life.
Yeah. I think she shows up briefly in No Bears as well from 2022.
Which I haven't seen yet. Three Faces is the one where they're driving around looking for the girl who made the video.
Yeah, it's actually my least favorite of the bunch.
It's good though. I still like it. Yeah.
He has not made a bad film. He's never made a bad film.
Yeah, and I like Crimson Gold a lot too. I have a very happy memory of that movie, which probably no one cares about, but it was the last movie I saw in the theater with my sister before she gave birth, so she was like 9 months pregnant. And my sister said Lola loves Iranian cinema because she was apparently kicking her throughout the entire film. I didn't see it when it originally played. It was like a retro screening, and I believe that was not long after that huge ice storm. And I remember walking home through ice-covered trees with her. And sorry, Tina, that I'm telling everyone this. She peed her pants because I made her laugh, and she was really, really pregnant. And she peed her pants, and then she laughed at that because she hadn't peed her pants and she was in grade school. Anyway, I just have a lovely memory just before my very perfect niece, who makes my everyday better, was born, and it's associated with that film.
I can confirm you have a very cool niece.
She's a very cool gal, yeah. Who I took to see Paris, Texas, and she didn't like it, but she sat quietly through the whole thing and gave it the best shot, and she didn't get it, but she really appreciated going with us.
She was so game the entire time.
Yeah.
And the way she took to it was like the little girl eating bone marrow in The Taste of Things.
Yes,
where she's like,
absolutely.
It's not for me, but I might like it later.
Yes, and that's actually the first time I saw that movie. I was older than her, and I didn't like it. So, who's to say how it will grow in her memory when I'm dead, and she watches it again and appreciates it and associates it with me.
Yeah. Another movie I'm excited for, The Mastermind by Kelly Reichardt. Also a bit of a bridesmaid, never a bride. She has made tons of acclaimed movies that don't win anything. She's only been in competition once with Showing Up, which I hear is amazing.
It is amazing. Everyone loves Kelly Reichardt more than I do. She is not a mystery to me. I get why people like her. For some reason, she just doesn't get me where I live most of the time. But I'm not mystified by her popularity in any way. I guess, I don't know, I don't, like Wendy and Lucy was okay. People loved that movie. I really loved Meek's Cutoff,
Same.
but I've never loved any other movie of hers as much as that movie. Showing Up is the closest. And I will always watch her stuff. I'll always look forward to it. I guess she's just not like high priority for me. The way she is for my friend Dave, who loves everything she does. He loved Mad Cow. What was that movie called? Old Cow? First
Cow. Mad Cow.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Old Joy. And I didn't like Night Moves, but I loved Meek's Cutoff. And, you know, she's really interesting. This movie has John Magaro, Josh O'Connor again, and Alana Haim. So I am there. Yeah.
For listeners at home, Bill and I are on Team Haim all the way.
Love those girls.
Gorgeous broomsticks, as you describe them.
That's right.
From Tariq Saleh, we have Eagles of the Republic. Saleh had been here last in competition with Boy from Heaven, but is known to people around the world as Cairo Conspiracy. He won a screenplay award for that. Other notable works include the Nile Hill Incident from 2017, for which he won the Grand Jury Prize at Sundance for international films. He's also done some television. He did that show with Ben Mendelsohn and something else I looked up, but it's going to come back to me later. From Masha Shalinsky, we have Sound of Falling. Shalinsky is also known for a movie from 2017 called Dark Blue Girl, which sounds kind of cool, but otherwise it doesn't have a big filmography.
No, and it says this film tells the stories of 4 girls on a farm in the Altmark over the course of a century.
Cool.
Yeah.
This person's name is going to throw me off because I just want to sing Carly Simon songs. From Carla Simon, we have Romeria. Her name showed up at the end of year's top 10 lists a couple years ago with Alcaraz from 2022. It had won the Golden Bear.
Mm-hmm.
And she has another movie called Summer 1993 from 2017.
Which you should see. It's really good. I love that movie. It's about a little girl born with HIV to, I believe, drug-addicted parents who are dead, and she's raised by her grandparents. Alcaraz has a similar world and experience. I believe that the story of Summer 1993 is actually her biography, but I'm not 100% sure. And then it's a similar world with this film. It's about an orphaned young woman who travels to Vigo to seek information about her biological father who died from AIDS. She comes across her uncle and the rest of her family on her father's side, who are nonetheless reluctant to look back to the past because of shame about her biological parents' struggle with substance abuse. So it does seem to be, I think she dips into her own personal biography for the stories of her films. Summer 1993 is excellent. Alcaraz is good. I didn't love it. It's rare that a Golden Bear goes to a 5-star movie for me. I feel like they don't get the best when it comes to what they select for their festival, but it is good. So I'm looking forward to this. I will watch this one with an open, happy heart.
So she makes autofiction.
I believe so. That is the impression I get, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't know.
And then our last title in what is a small competition, we only have 19 movies. We have Sentimental Value from Joachim Trier. Joachim Trier had been here last in competition with The Worst Person in the World, which made a big splash and garnered a couple of Academy Award nominations.
Yep. It's a good movie. It's a straight bro movie, but it's a good movie.
I think of it as a straight chick movie.
But it's the kind of movie that straight bros tell you that they love as a way to make sure that you know that they're not... They want to make sure that you know that they are the younger brother on White Lotus, not Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Trier had been here before with Louder Than Bombs, also in competition, and Oslo, August 31st from 2011.
Yeah,
also
which is a good movie. That's a remake of The Fire Within by Louis Malle. Cool. With Big Dick Nose from Bergman Island, the guy who's a doctor who part-times as an actor.
And there's Daniel Zenlier.
Yeah, and then Louder Than Bombs is a bad movie with Isabelle Huppert.
This movie is a second collaboration with Renata Rensve, who I like a lot. I loved her in A Different Man last year.
Oh, so good. She's so good.
Yeah. She has a real comedic bone, and I don't know how many actresses match her ability these days.
Yeah. Yeah, she's Dakota Johnson when she's not feeling quite as ornery.
Bill, I said which of these titles I'm the most excited for, which is the Panahi. Which of these titles are you most excited for?
Greg, I'm so burned by past years where I was super excited about a movie and it ended up being like the bomb of the festival So I'm always hesitant to get excited about anything. Like I'm a bitter, mean old man, and I'm just like I'll see it when I see it kind of thing. But I don't know. I'm drawn by the Kleber Mendonça Filho movie the most. I feel like if I was at the festival and I had to pick what, I only had time for 3 movies, I feel like that would be the first one that I would go for.
That guy can make a movie.
Yeah.
Bill, thank you for, at the drop of a hat, meeting me on a Saturday morning to talk about a topic we love talking about. And I look forward to when we have more information about the festival, including our juries.
Yes, we will do another bonus when the festival is over. We will talk about the headlines we learned throughout the festival. I've already got my Google alert set up. And we will talk about the prize winners and our anticipation of that. In the meantime, this is coming out right before we will drop our 1988 episode, which is our next episode talking about the Palme d'Or winner, Pele the Conqueror. And after that, we will go up to 2009 to talk about the White Ribbon. So plenty of fun things to come.
Fun. Take it easy, Bill. Good seeing you.
See you soon.
Thank you for listening to Riviera Rats.
Our podcast is hosted and produced by Bil Antoniou and Gregory Rosebrugh.
Our music is by Joe Organ.
Our artwork is by Leo Kouvaris.
Follow us on Instagram at Riviera Rats.
Write to us at ratsriviera@gmail.com.
If you want to support our show, tell your friends about us.
Leave us a rating and a review on whatever podcast app you use.